I call this meeting to order of the Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders, Thursday, September 10th, 2020, agenda meeting. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, Chairman. Freeholder Garrettson.
Present.
Freeholder Granados.
Here.
Freeholder Hudak.
Here.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Here.
Freeholder Palmieri Mudet.
Here.
Freeholder Staton.
Here.
Freeholder Williams.
Here.
And Chairman Mirabella.
Present.
Chairman, you have 8 freeholders present.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Could you please lead us in the prayer and salute to the flag?
Humbly we ask God, the giver of peace and the lover of charity, to give the entire family of nations true agreement with his will, and to grant the light of the Spirit on all who work for justice and peace. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and while we were all coming back online, Mr. Clerk, can you please read the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act?
Certainly. The chair wishes to announce that pursuant to the requirements of the New Jersey statutes annotated, Title 10, Chapter 4, Section 10 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Union has been given by mailing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2020, along with periodic changes necessitated by circumstances, to the newspapers circulating within the County of Union who are designated to receive such notice, and by posting the annual meeting schedule for the year 2020 in the Administration Building, and further by filing the annual meeting schedule 2020 with the Office of the County Clerk.
Thank you for that, Mr. Clerk. Good evening and welcome to another remote meeting of the Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders. We hope that you and your families have enjoyed the summer months and that you are healthy. While COVID-19 restrictions continue to be eased, we ask that you take great care and keep your guard up. If you or anyone you know needs to be tested for COVID-19, please go to our website at www.ucnj.org. Today, I'll keep my comments short as tomorrow marks the solemn day in our history of our nation, the 19th anniversary of September 11th. We must never forget that day. Sadly, 60 Union County residents died on 9/11, and we mourn their loss. Their names are etched on the Union County Memorial that stands in Echo Lake Park in Mountainside, and we certainly encourage all of you, if you get a chance, to visit. 2 girders recovered from the ruins of the World Trade Center are part of that memorial. An eternal flame represents all that perished on that day, including members of our armed services and emergency responders. The memorial will be open in the morning hours until 9 p.m. tomorrow. The Union County Sheriff's Office will provide a uniformed honor guard standing watch at the memorial from 6 to 9 o'clock p.m. The public is invited to bring a light and light candles in memory of those lost in the attacks. Union County Department of Parks and Recreation will also contribute candles to the memorial, and they'll be there. And now I ask all of you to join me for a moment of silence as we reflect on the lives lost on September 11th. Thank you. And now let's turn to our agenda. We will approve the communications later during the regular meeting following this agenda meeting. Now I'll ask to start off by asking Board of Elections Administrator Nicole Dorado to present her resolutions. Nicole?
Good evening, Chairman, members of the board. I hope you are all well. The Union County Board of Elections has one resolution on your agenda for this evening for your consideration. I'd be very happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Nicole. Any questions for Administrator Dorado? I do not see any hands. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
Rest.
Have a good night.
Get some rest. You're going to need it.
Thank you.
We'll move to the Department of Administrative Services and Director Skataric.
Good evening. The Department of Administrative Services has one resolution on the agenda, and I'll try to answer any questions.
All right, we'll go right to Freeholder Hudak. Freeholder, please.
Thanks, Chairman. Good evening, Director. Could you just give us a very high-level explanation of key updates to the drug and alcohol CDL policy? Is there anything significant, or does this have to do with statute changes? What's going on?
Sure. This is a result from the New Jersey Transit on-site review. They came in because of our paratransit system to our motor vehicles department. We received federal grants and equipment under what's called the CFR. So they asked us to add an appendix to our current policy that addresses safety sensitive employees. We have 4 of them that work on the paratransit vehicles. And basically they just want us to list their position and classifications, and then the rest of the document mimics what we already have.
Would you just elaborate on what it means to be a safety sensitive employee? Like what sort of position are we talking about?
That's how they refer to them. Those are the actual motor vehicles employees that touch or work on the mechanics on a paratransit vehicle.
So this is a mechanical designation. This isn't about a driver or someone who's
No.
carrying passengers.
This is motor vehicle employees. Yeah.
Copy that. Okay. Thank you, Director. Thank you, Chair.
Sure.
Okay, thank you, Freeholder. I do not see anyone else's hand, so we are going to move right now to the Department of Economic Development and Deputy County Manager Wagner.
Good evening, Freeholders. The Department of Economic Development has 2 resolutions for your consideration, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, Freeholder Williams.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, Deputy County Manager. Could you just give a little bit of background for benefit of the public on number 2?
Absolutely. If you recall, I mentioned to you that we were going to do a rental assistance program, and we were waiting for approval from HUD. We have gratefully received that permission. And what this resolution does is it provides funding for 3 different organizations who have done rental assistance programs for us in the past, so they have experience. They will stand up the program on our behalf. So this resolution gives that funding to each of them. There is still additional funding that we can go back and add on to later, but we decided we would start with part of the funding right now, and then we can go back and revisit. We want to see how each of them manage through it. So what we anticipate doing here is offering 3 months of rental assistance with a maximum of $2,000 per rent that we're assisting with. So at minimum, we'll be able to assist over 200, like 202 people, but it will likely be more than that because the rental rates by HUD's guidelines really range from the low 1,000 range to like 2,200. So it puts us kind of in the sweet spot there. So I expect we'll be able to help a lot more than that. And then we can always go back and do another tranche of it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chairman.
You're welcome, Freeholder. Good, excellent question. Deputy County Manager, I have a question on number 1, and why is that for a 3-month period? Is it just an extension? Did the contract run out in the end of the 3rd quarter? I mean, why are we adding this funding?
This is we actually extended it once before because of COVID. We had challenges with getting the bids done. We're in the process of putting the bid together for the service. So rather than rush through the process, we're just going to extend it through the end of the year, and we'll go out to bid, and then we'll re-award a contract for the same service starting in January of 2021.
Okay, it probably makes sense to start in January anyway.
Yes.
All right. Okay, any other questions, Freeholders? All right, thank you, Amy. Before we go to our next department, I'm going to recall Administrator Dorado, who has some information that is important to this board and to the residents of Union County. Nicole, do you want to share that?
Yes, sir. And thank you for your indulgence again. I just wanted to let the board and the public know that we will be receiving a ballot box for every town in Union County. So pursuant to Executive Order 177, Union County was set to receive an additional 8 for the general election, but we were quick and we were able to secure, before the rest of the nation did, an additional 9 boxes to make sure that everybody is covered and we can be as convenient for our voters as possible. So we'll be making the announcements as the boxes are installed and ready to start accepting ballots.
Yeah, Nicole, that's terrific news. I know a lot of voters have reached out to me and many other freeholders about their, not comfortable with the mail or whatever else. Not that anybody doubts the authenticity of the vote. It's more about the mail is slow. People recognize that, and certainly with the national propaganda, it doesn't make people feel better. But having them fill out their vote by mail ballot and dropping it off will give them a certain amount of comfort that the ballot will be received and recorded properly. And I think that's terrific that you have been able to be so proactive to get one of these drop-off boxes in every community. That is, people are going to be really happy about that. And I think that will take a significant worry off residents who otherwise may be upset or worried about their integrity or their ballot being received on time. So nice
Agreed.
work. Excellent.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. Terrific. We'll move now to the Department of Engineering, Public Works, and Facilities Management, and that would be Director Graziano.
Good evening, Chairman. I can't get my video on. I think Robert has me stopped. Here we go. I got it. Hold on, I got it. I think we're good. Good evening, Chairman. Good evening, freeholders. The department has 7 resolutions on for your consideration, and I'll try and answer any questions you have.
Okay, freeholders, take a look. Freeholder Staten.
Thank you, Chairman. If you could just please elaborate on number 6, please, for Roselle.
Sure, freeholder. So this is this is the MOA for Union County and the FHWA and SHPO. We had to do some more work. We had to get some more approvals for SHPO. And if you remember back when Al Fayella was county manager, we had these agreements done. SHPO and the FHWA just wants this stuff renewed with some new dates and stuff on it, and any new paperwork that has to be added to this. So, and just for your information on this, right now we're looking to go out to bid this winter of 2020 on the bridge.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll start the construction in the spring and the summer of 21. And again, the whole thing's funded federally pretty much. We have $1 million into it, and that's it. So it's really towards the end of this, multi-year process.
Okay.
To get to this point. And we did a great job, through the support of this freeholder board to get this thing done, to get this orphan bridge taken care of. So we're at the end now, so we can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, freeholder.
No, thank you, freeholder. Excellent question. That this has been an ongoing issue for many years between the two communities, Roselle and Roselle Park, and trying to figure out who's supposed to fix what, thus the term orphan bridge. And Director Graziano, through the county administration, has done a nice job keeping an eye on this, making sure that funding is available. And, we need to keep moving forward on this. So nice work, Director, and keep it up, and we'll get that orphan bridge adopted.
Finally, thank you, Chairman.
Okay, great. Freeholder Mudet.
Thank you, Chair. Director, just in terms of 1, 2, and 3, do you have an approximate timeline that you can provide for the demolition and the construction?
Yeah, I think I can. So right now we're in the process. We hired back in, I think April or May, we hired a construction manager on the project. We had some funds, I believe last week, we had $13.5 million to this project. And now this time we went out to RFP for the architect, for the civil engineer, as you see, and also for the geotechnical engineer. And I just want to be clear about some things. So these are all main parts of any construction project. You need an architect, you need a civil engineer, and in this case, you need geotechnical, just to make sure that the borings are done properly and you're building in the same way. So right now we're looking at this. we're hoping to get plans done and demolition started at least, and plans done and out to bid within the next few months. So that's our start there. Once it gets started, you're looking at maybe a year worth of construction to get the whole bridge done. I will update you as the meetings go on. We just started our meetings recently with the construction manager. So we're in the process of moving this forward, and it's going to be quick. It's a parking deck. It's kind of simple. So we should be able to get in and out of there as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Freeholder, good question. Freeholder Staten, I still see your hand up. I don't imagine you have another question. You're all set. Freeholder Hudak.
Thank you, Chairman. I just wanted to tell the director I'm going to hold him to the, it should be simple, pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah, please, you can hold me to that one. Mark this meeting down.
I'm going to make you earn that one, Joe.
That's fine. I have no problem with that one.
Thank you.
It gives me a little pressure. I like that. I like pressure.
Excellent. Hold the director accountable. I like that. All right. I don't see any other questions, so we're going to move on to the Department of Finance and Director
Thank you, Chairman.
Taylor. Thank you, Director.
Good evening, Chairman and members of the board. The Department of Finance has 3 resolutions for your consideration this evening, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Director. Any questions for Director Taylor? Okay, all accepting grants. Just what we want. Perfect. All right, well done. I don't see any questions. Director Taylor, thank you. We'll move on to the Department of Human Services. Director Anderson.
Good evening, Chairman and members of the board. The Department of Human Services has 4 resolutions on tonight, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Director. I have a few hands up. We'll start with Freeholder Granados.
Thank you, Chairman. Director, can you just elaborate on number 1 and number 4, please?
Sure. Number 1 is for employment purposes for such as anyone that is looking for a job and needs assistance with supportive services like transportation, childcare, bus passes for them to go back and forth to a job. This funding does that for them through the American Job Center, and we're contracting with Community Access to be able to service all the population. And it's a great addition. Number 4 is actually a great project. This is through HUD. It is the Housing Prevention, Homeless Prevention Program. This is also a one-time gift of $3,081,000 that is going to focus on shelter, outreach efforts, and homeless prevention and rapid rehousing. So making sure that during this time of the pandemic, there's a lot of, although there's an eviction moratorium, things are happening. So making sure that individuals that are facing homelessness do not become homeless. So rental assistance is also in there. A good part of this dollars are about 1.4 million is set aside for rental assistance. About 700,000 of it goes to rapid rehousing. Then we have outreach, street outreach, to make sure that individuals that are homeless are able to get off the street and get into rental, get into either rapid rehousing or shelter. And there is a portion of the funding that goes to shelter support.
I think this definitely will provide a wide variety of programs. So definitely be beneficial to our residents and people in need. So thank you for continuing making sure this goes forward. Thanks, Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Williams.
Thank you, Chairman. Hi, Director Anderson. My question, I actually had a question about 4, but you answered that very well. Thank you. I just have a question on number 2. Could you just elaborate on that, please?
Sure. Number 2 is also a part of the American Job Center, and it's more focused on youth. So youth activities, tutoring, mentoring, getting youth how to interview for a job. So youth activities. So we found a few through an RFP process. We funded a few nonprofits that were able to do 4 things for in-school youth and also out-of-school youth.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Good question. Thanks for bringing that to light. Anybody else have a question? Okay, Freeholder Williams is done. All right. So thank you, Director Anderson. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
We're going to move on to the office of the County Council. County Council Bergen.
Thank you, Chairman. We have one resolution. I'll be happy to answer if there are any questions concerning this resolution.
Okay, are there any questions for the County Council? I do not see any. Bruce, thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Move to the office of the County Manager. County Manager Oatman.
Thank you, Chairman. Before I begin, I just want to concur with Freeholder Hudak about holding Director Graziano accountable for the time frame. I think that's a great idea. So now I will begin, and thank you, Chairman. I have 4 items on tonight's agenda. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, are there any questions for our County Manager? Okay, I do not see any. Ed, thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments on the Freeholder sponsored resolutions? Just Jimmy, Freeholder Williams, 1 second. Jimmy, please just make this available, the reassignments of former Freeholder Estrada. I've kind of distributed them around to the board, and thank you, all of you, for taking an additional assignment or two. I appreciate that, and really thank you for your hard work and assuming some additional work. But so please, Jimmy, make sure everybody has a copy of the. I know everyone knows the new assignments. Just want everybody to have an idea of what everybody has, as we should. Okay, Freeholder Williams.
Yes, I just wanted to thank you all, my colleagues, for joining me on the resolution for the widow of Frank DeVersa, longtime Plainfielder who passed away, longtime Democratic committeeman and devotee of democracy. His wife Liz was very moved by the resolution, so I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of family, and I'm sort of a family member as a very close friend. So thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Freeholder. Appreciate that. Okay, I don't see any other hands. So with that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Moved by Freeholder Mudet, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned our agenda meeting, and we're gonna, I think, Jimmy, roll right into our regular meeting. Is that right?
That is correct, Chairman.
Are you ready to go with that?
I am.
And Robert's ready too. We'll just keep it moving. Okay, I call this meeting to order. The Union County Board of Chosen Freeholders, Thursday, September 10th, 2020. And this is the regular meeting agenda. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Freeholder Garrettson?
Yes.
Freeholder Granados?
Here.
Freeholder Hudak?
Here.
Freeholder Kowalski? I'm sorry, Freeholder Kowalski?
Here.
Freeholder Palmieri Mudet?
Here.
Freeholder Staton?
Here.
Freeholder Williams?
Here.
Chairman Mirabella?
Present.
Chairman, you still have 8 freeholders present.
Very good, Mr. Clerk. Please lead us in prayer and a salute to the flag.
Humbly we ask God, the giver of peace and the lover of charity, to give the entire family of nations true agreement with his will, and to grant the light of his spirit on all who work for justice and peace. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Very good. While everybody's putting their video back on, Mr. Clerk, please read the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act.
Yes, Chairman. The chair wishes to announce that pursuant to the requirements of New Jersey statutes annotated Title 10, Chapter 4, Section 10 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Union has been given by mailing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2020, along with periodic changes necessitated by circumstances, to the newspapers circulating within the County of Union who are designated to receive such notice, and by posting the annual meeting schedule for the year 2020 in the Administration Building, and further by filing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2020 with the Office of the County Clerk.
Very good, Mr. Clerk. Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the communications?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Granados, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Freeholder Garrettson,
Yes.
Freeholder Granados,
Aye.
Freeholder Hudak,
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski,
Yes.
Freeholder Palmieri Muedad,
Aye.
Freeholder Staton,
Yes.
Freeholder Williams,
Aye.
and Chairman Mirabella.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative on the communications.
Very good, thank you. I'm going to be asking for a motion to suspend the rules to allow for the joining of both the public comment on resolutions being offered for adoption and the public comment on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to the residents of Union County into one public comment section. May I have a motion for that?
So moved.
So moved.
By
Second.
Freeholder Granados, second by Freeholder Williams. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll. Sorry, Freeholder Hudak.
Freeholder Garrettson,
Yes.
Freeholder Granados,
Aye.
Freeholder Hudak,
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski,
Yes.
Freeholder Palmieri Muedad,
Aye.
Freeholder Staton,
Yes.
Freeholder Williams, and Chairman Mirabella.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative to suspend the rules.
Very good, thank you. The meeting is now open to the public for those wishing to speak on resolutions being offered for adoption and on any other matter. Jimmy, do we want to start, just call the people that are queued up and we will start the process.
Certainly, Chairman. I have 2 individuals in the queue. The first individual member of the public is Mr. Bruce Patterson. Mr. Patterson, you're up.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah, you can hear you.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Freeholder Board. This is Bruce Patterson, Garwood, New Jersey. My comments, which I had originally sent to Jim, I did edit them to reflect the latest agenda, so the numbers are correct. Resolution 2020-643. This is a resolution modifying the budget, adding $100,000 regarding a Union County College Oak Ridge project. Where's this money coming and going from, and what are the details of this project? It's the first I've heard of it. Number 2020-649. This is a resolution spanning 2 years for $3.3 million for the subcontracts for Hearth Emergency Solutions Grant. I did hear some explanation, but the question is, who is actually getting what subcontracts and how much? And exactly where is this money coming from? Because it mentioned about transferring among different line items. 2020-651. It's a $22,000 resolution to Rifkin of Pennsylvania for mail ballot transport bags. I guess these are additional bags. How many are we getting, and what's the unit price of these bags, and how many will we then have? Resolution 2020-655. This is my favorite. This is a resolution giving NETA Architects $1.1 million for architectural services for demolition and construction of the new parking deck. To me, it's just another bloated contract to NETA. With NETA political donations to the freeholders and the cronies totaled up to $96,000 in 4 years. Nearly $50,000 is just to the freeholders alone in $7,000 checks. It's got to make you giddy just working with NETA Architects, being able to give him contracts of taxpayer money just to get $7,000 checks at campaign time. You know exactly where he is getting this huge money to donate. Anyone with integrity would resist this corrupted system involving NETA. So we'll see who lacks the integrity when the vote comes. Resolution 656 and 657. I'm combining these 2 resolutions to comment. $141,000 to PS&S for civil engineering and $38,000 to Remington Vernick for geotechnical services, both for the new parking garage and Director Graziano did point it out. But we're giving $1.5 million in June to Lehrer for construction management and demolition, $13.5 million for demo and construction, $1 million in this laundering of campaign money through NETA, $180,000 to PSS and Remington Vernick for professional services, all for the parking garage. we're looking at a black hole of taxpayer money disappearing, all these politically connected and all these projects that you do. Last week was a $2 million reso to the Union County Improvement Authority for professional services for the upcoming $120 million government complex project. I shudder thinking that this parking garage boondoggle is just a precursor to the upcoming disastrous boondoggle of the new government complex. Family courthouse, the stairwell project, all track records of the failures to the complete wasting and abusing and even possible corruption of taxpayer money. I am saddened that no freeholder up there has the high quality of experience and intelligence to stop these travesties. This political sycophant of the political boss, Senator Scutari. I step up and say something about this wasting of the money. Continue. 2020-662. I'd like details of the supervisor's bargaining agreement from 2018 to 2020. Resolution 664. It's waiving residency of a Jessica Cohen. I'd really like to know why this is being done. And Resolution 665. Position controls personnel. I'd like to know the details of that because a couple of times, there's the freeholders snuck in their best buds with no experience in the high salary positions. And you should have hired within to the county, but you didn't. And these corrupt practices, abusive patronage must stop. I guess the last one, the executive session, just an overview of what this is about Emmanuel Vervelis versus Union County. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Patterson, we'll start with 643, and I'll ask Director Taylor to comment on that.
Yes, through you, Chairman. Resolution 643 is essentially the county is recouping the additional costs associated with Amendment 4 for the Oak Ridge project, which has been going on since June of 2017. So it's coming from the college and to help offset the county's costs.
Very good. Thank you, Director.
You're
We'll
welcome.
move to 649 to Director Anderson.
Through you, Chairman. So for HUD, it's the Department of Housing and Urban Development. That's who is the funder of this. It is 9 nonprofit organizations throughout Union County that focus on homeless prevention, such as Family Promise, Proceed, Elizabeth Coalition, to name a few, but it's 9 organizations.
Okay, very good, Director. Thank you. Administrator Dorado, 651, if you can comment on a high level for that, that would be great.
I will, yes, Chairman. Thank you. Pursuant to Executive Order 177, voters will now be permitted to return their voted ballots to polling locations. It is required by the state that we have secure ballot transport bags for the poll workers to deposit the vote by mail ballot and then return it back to transport it back to our office on election night. We will have 116 polling locations in the November 3rd general election. It was recommended that we purchase additional bags in the instance that bags get full and we have to switch them out and bring them back to our office. So we are purchasing 130 bags for the amount on the resolution. The bags are $170.80 each. They are, that includes, or in addition, $410 in freight. And A. Rifkin has been an awesome partner previously, and they will be able to get these bags delivered to us before the end of the month.
Very good. I knew you would have the detail of each and every one of those items, so I appreciate that. Nicole, well done.
My pleasure. Thank you, Chairman.
Very good. We're going to move right to the county manager. I just accepted the comments from Mr. Patterson for some of his other things. We'll move to the county manager 662, 664, and 665. Ed, can you just kind of touch on those quickly, please?
Sure, Chairman. For 665, this is not a new hire. This is just a transfer between departments. It's no additional money. For 664, Ms. Cohen has been part of our COVID response team since the beginning in March, and she coordinates our mobile response. So this is a valuable member to the team. And for 665, this is a, sorry, what number was it? Sorry, 662, excuse me. This is a 3-year contract. It's a 2% increase for each year, and there are no other substantial changes from the pre-existing contract.
Good. No, well done, County Manager. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
County Council Bergen, can you give as high level as you can on the executive the session item?
Yes, thank you, Chairman. As the board is aware, I can't really comment on this ongoing litigation, but the matter listed is for the freeholders to be updated by council and to consider how we might proceed forward with the case. And that's really all I could say at this time. Thank you, Chairman.
Very good. All right, and I believe at this point, we will be going into executive session.
Chairman, if I may,
Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
we do have one more individual in the queue from the public. And that would be Mr. Michael Carvalho.
Hi, thank you. I don't have any comments at this time. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Carvalho. Appreciate you joining in the meeting anyway. So I know there may be something that we will be voting on as we return from executive session. So I'm not sure if you want to hold the vote of the resolutions to this point and then just vote on that singularly. We can do that. County Council, do you have any preference of how this proceeds?
I would suggest you move ahead and vote on the pending resolutions in the normal course. And if there's action needed after the executive, we can deal with it at that time.
All right, very good. Thank you. So I will move to, I'll close the public portion at this point, and I'll ask for a motion to adopt resolutions 2026-43 through 2026-72.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Granados and seconded by Freeholder Williams. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Freeholder Garrettson,
Yes.
Freeholder Granados,
Aye.
Freeholder Hudak,
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski,
Yeah.
Freeholder Palmieri Muedad,
Aye.
Freeholder Staton,
Yes.
Freeholder Williams,
Aye.
and Chairman Mirabella.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative.
Okay, very good. Jimmy, County Council, can you make your statement relative to tonight's executive session?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Pursuant to provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, a public body may enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing certain enumerated subjects. This board now wishes to enter executive session for the purpose of discussing attorney-client privileged communication and discussion relative to potential settlement in the matter entitled Emmanuel Mervelis versus Union County et al., and attorney-client privileged communication and discussion relative to potential settlement in the matter entitled Wadeland Stellis versus County of Union. The minutes of the executive session shall be separated from the minutes of the open public session. The minutes of the executive session, redacted as appropriate and necessary, shall be available in approximately 30 days. The clerk to the board shall retain the original minutes until such time as the confidential limitations have been removed, at which time they shall be made available. Upon the affirmative vote of a majority of the members present, the board may retire to executive session. Upon the board's return, it may or may not take formal action on the matters discussed.
All right, thank you, County Council. May I have a motion to enter into executive session?
I'll move.
Moved by Freeholder Kowalski. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Freeholder Hudak. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Certainly, Chairman. Prior to calling the roll, if I may just advise anyone that is participating in today's regular meeting, we will be going into executive session if the vote determines such. And when we do come back, An email will be sent to each of the participants who has signed on for tonight's meeting to let them know they can join the rest of the regular meeting in the event that there is a resolution that comes from tonight's executive session. And with that, I will do the roll. Freeholder Garrettson,
Yes.
Freeholder Granados,
Aye.
Freeholder Hudak,
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski,
Yes.
Freeholder Palmieri Muedad,
Aye.
Freeholder Staton,
Yes.
Freeholder Williams,
Aye.
and Chairman Mirabella.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 8 votes in the affirmative to go into executive session.
Okay, so freeholders will get out of this meeting. Robert just sent another separate Zoom for us to join for executive session. Then we'll go back to this original meeting. Okay, see you all in a bit.
Thank you.
Okay, may I have a motion to return to open session?
So move.
Move.
Moved by Freeholder Granados, second by Freeholder Williams. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Freeholder Garrettson, Freeholder Granados,
Aye.
Freeholder Hudak, Freeholder Kowalski,
Yes.
Freeholder Palmieri Muedad,
Aye.
Freeholder Staton,
Yes.
Freeholder Williams,
Aye.
Chairman Mirabella.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 6 freeholders voting to return to exec.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. County Council, can I ask you to please give an overview of the executive session at this point?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. During the executive session, there was a discussion concerning potential settlement of litigation, which the board has approved to move forward. The clerk of the board will be reading a resolution in that regard for the consideration by the members of the board.
Thank you, Bruce. Mr. Clerk, could you please read the resolution?
Certainly, Chairman. It would be Resolution 2020-673, a resolution authorizing settlement of pending litigation in the matter entitled Linden Stellis versus County of Union, AOL docket number CSR 07994-2019, in accordance with the settlement agreement in an amount not to exceed $110,000, $100.62. The resolution reads as follows. Whereas an action was commenced by Linden Stellis versus County of Union, and whereas it is determined that a settlement of the litigation entitled Linden Stellis versus County of Union, AOL docket number CSR 07994-2019, N, in accordance with settlement agreement in the amount not to exceed $110,100.62, is in the best interest of the County of Union. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Chosen Freeholders, the County of Union, that it hereby approves and authorizes the county manager to execute a settlement in the matter of Linden Stellis versus County of Union, AOL docket number CSR 07994-2019, N, in accordance with the settling agreement in the amount not to exceed $110,100.62. Be it further resolved that the amount not to exceed $110,100.62 shall be charged to account number T-03-56-850-000-537.
All right, Mr. Clerk, thank you very much for that. I'd like to open the meeting to the public for comment only on 2020-673. Jimmy, do we have anybody that's called back into the meeting to comment?
Chairman, the email was sent to the recipient, those public members, and I do have no one, I don't have anybody in the queue to ask questions on this resolution.
Okay, so we made it clear when we were leaving the first meeting to go into executive session that they would be getting an extra email that they could click on and rejoin the meeting if they had questions. And we did what we said we were going to do, and they just decided that they didn't call back.
Yes, Chairman. In fact, one of the members of the public did email me back saying that he was not going to participate in the second part of the meeting and appreciated the notification.
That's fine. That's their prerogative. So at this point, I'll close the public comment and ask for a motion to approve 2020-673 as indicated by the clerk.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Freeholder Williams and seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes, Chairman. Freeholder Granados,
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski,
Yes.
Freeholder Palmieri Muedad,
Aye.
Freeholder Staton,
Yes.
Freeholder Williams,
Aye.
and Chairman Mirabella.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 6 votes in the affirmative on resolution 2020-673, which was read into the record.
All right, very good. Thank you, everyone. We'll go on to freeholder comments, and I will go across. And I see Freeholder Granados is first on my list. Freeholder, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Just want to remind residents that next week on the 19th, we're going to be hosting our 3rd annual Union County Hispanic Heritage Celebration. And it's definitely going to be a great day at Warren Ankle Park. We're going to showcase the movie Coco. We're going to honor 3 different organization individuals, one being the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, Make the Road, New Jersey, and our very own Annie McNear, who's our health officer, who definitely has gone above and beyond during COVID. So definitely inviting all residents to come out for that. It's going to be a free event open to everyone, Warren Ankle Park, starting at 6 p.m. on the 19th. And that's it, Chairman.
Thank you very much, Freeholder. Freeholder Muedad.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to remind all residents that the deadline to register to vote is October 13th. So just about a month away. So please don't forget, if you have not registered or changed your registration, if you've moved in county, to please do that. And I'm excited that each of our municipalities will have a ballot box for this upcoming election. That's really wonderful news. And then I would just like to wish everyone a great school year. I know for myself today, my 4 children started virtual school, and it was not easy, but I really appreciate all the hard work that our teachers, administrators, principals, superintendents, parents, and children are doing. And I wish everyone the best for the next several months. So thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you, Freeholder Muedad. Freeholder Kowalski.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to extend my best wishes for a happy 90th birthday to Mr. Burton Mandel. Thank you to all my colleagues who joined me in the resolution. Mr. Mandel had 35 years as an educator in the Cranford school system. Wonderful man, dedicated to the kids and to the community, and also a long-time Democratic committee man. And as I said, I wish him only the best, and also to all his family who have taken him as a role model. So thank you, Chairman, and that's it for my comments.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Staton.
Thank you, Chairman. I'll be brief as well. I'd just like to remind everyone about our emergency food distribution event that will be held this Saturday at Keene College, September 12th, beginning at 9 a.m. We ask that you come early. We have received some concerns that the lines were very long, but there are a lot of people in Union County that are in need. So just come and pack your patience. Everyone will receive a box and food. So just mark your calendar for that date. And please, if you know anyone who is in need, to please come out. We're here to help the residents of Union County. In closing, I'd just like to also say happy birthday to Assemblyman Jamel Holley. And I'll be heading out to his birthday celebration right now. So that'll be it for me. Thank you, Chairman.
Terrific. Thank you, Freeholder Staton. To extend the board's birthday wishes to the Assemblyman too.
I sure will.
Appreciate that. Freeholder Williams.
Thank you, Chairman. I'll be very brief as well, and I will be banking my time as well. Just want to remind everyone of the census count. Please, please, please make sure that everyone you know is counted. I believe we have 20 days left, unless the deadline is extended, for folks to complete the census. It's quick, it's easy. There are folks out there. Please answer your door if somebody comes to your door. They have been trained in social distancing, etc., so that they will keep you safe and keep themselves safe. And I also want to echo, Chairman, your comments at the very opening of the meeting, to reflect and honor in remembrance those who perished on 9/11 19 years ago tomorrow. Thank you very much. That concludes my comments.
Thank you, Freeholder. So for me, just on a final note, I'd like to offer congratulations to one of our colleagues, Freeholder Garrison, for being selected as one of NJ Business Best 50 Women in Business for 2020. It's quite an accomplishment. Besides serving as a freeholder, Angela serves as the Chief External Affairs Officer at NJIT. The individuals recognized in NJ Biz Best 50 Women in Business program aren't just operating in the state's enterprise environment, they're leading it. It's decision makers, it's trendsetters, it's forward thinkers. Following an open nomination process, a panel of independent judges selected the 2020 Best 50 Women in Business, using a point system to rate submissions in 5 categories: career accomplishments, leadership, vision, community service, and mentoring. So we congratulate, I'm sure all the freeholders that are on this call join me, and those aren't on this call, to congratulate Freeholder Garrison. The event occurs September 21st, and more information can be found at njbiz.com. So great work, Freeholder Garrison. Good for you. I don't have anything more to add. We will pick this meeting up in October, I think, is our next meeting. And with that, unless there's any other business, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Freeholder Kowalski and seconded by Freeholder Muedad. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's a wrap. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for your great work.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.